Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. Um, one more click. This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. Um, Let me greet everyone real quick. Kumusta ka? Kumusta po kayo? Horton Hardu Gudag all the way to the bang. Vasas Los. Bonjour, mes amis. Kedu bawani konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama. Sani bonani. Jambo habarigani. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Tulofa lava soifua. All right. Okay, so as I download this picture, we're going to discuss this in the context we're going to discuss this picture in the context of the title of the video. All right. So if you have my messenger, if you're with me on Messenger, you could call in via Messenger. If you have the 832 number, you could call in on that number. All right. So as we break off into this, I've been commenting in a lot of Facebook groups, and what's going on, in my opinion, this is strictly my opinion based on what I am hearing, and the weight of an opinion. Let me just say this, and this is why I am giving my opinion. The weight of the opinion matters as far as the people who are listening to the opinion and the person that is giving the opinion. All right. So, my opinion is only valid to those who consider my opinions valid. Now, a lot of people consider my opinions valid because they are generally backed up by evidence. All right. So with that said, one of the things that I started to see that is my opinion is how many people, black people, that claim they're on the right, that they're conservative, who are selling out real information, and they're not doing anything but talking Republican talking points. See, I'm conservative in how I think. Conservative means that I believe that you shouldn't give everything to everybody. That's a conservative viewpoint. That things should be earned, conservative viewpoint. That there should be justice. That's a conservative viewpoint. And there should be the natural order. Nature, conservative viewpoint. One moment. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I was a bit dehydrated. So let's get all into this. All right, let's get all into this. So as we were discussing, or starting to discuss, and I wanted to take the time to go get something to drink because I'm dehydrated. I know I'm dehydrated. All right. And all that. So let me greet everybody. Hey, Simplified Texas Marine, $3 Assassin. What's up, Rolando G? David Bowman, Frizzo, my nizzle for shizzle. All right. All right. So when we look at all of these things, all right, they were talking about this is the new thing coming on. And there's a bunch of dudes that are Afro dudes, all right, that's trying to be deep. And this is really not that deep of a conversation. The deep conversation that they're trying to have is their privilege in the Afro community. The reason why I put up the thumbnail that I put up is for this reason. All right. There is never privilege in any community when the only people that's being allowed to pursue any kind of things that benefits family or benefits an individual are the females. All right. Now, the main people saying that men have privilege are the females, who are the only people in the United States that have privilege. Now, we're going to break this down a bit further. And I will go to say the Afro male. The reason why I speak on the Afro man's issues, and the reason why I speak so bluntly, so blunt and blatantly, all right, the reason why I speak with such fierceness on our issues, the reason why I won't get off of the throats of the people that are trying to oppress us, not for a second, because while I am figuratively on their throats, they literally be all on ours physically. All right. The reason why I will not let up on this, because so long as they could get a bunch of us to say, well, it's not as bad as it is, it gives them a way out. When we start lying for them, understand this, when we start to lie for them, then we will never be able to be in a position to fix our own situations. Like, I had solutions to everything. The police brutality, it would stop immediately without you having to make a law or anything like that. You don't have to make a law. You don't have to do this, that, or the other. All you got to do is say, for murder, any police caught in murder and they are sued, any police caught in a ring where a group of them are have falsely put people in jail by putting fake evidence down, and they get sued, they get caught. The monies that go to the victims of these crimes by police should come out of the police pension. I said that for a reason. See, the police have no skin in the game when it comes to effing up somebody else's life. Look at what happened. They get a desk job and still get paid. They get sent home but still get paid because the union negotiated that. All right? Well, if you want to fix that, you say no. The money that goes to these people is coming out of the police pension. You better believe that the police themselves will start getting rid of the bad apples, no questions asked. All you got to do is make that the law and leave everything to the police, because there are enough good police to police the bad police. And if they were going to be at risk, you would see no police standing around watching another police officer unjustly beat up a victim, right? And do nothing. That blue line of injustice would be gone. Because when the good police retire along with the bad ones, there would be no money left. And some of the bad police would start acting right. This doesn't happen is because in most of these cities, when you look at privilege, when people say, well, black people have privilege now, no, they're only electing female mayors, female judges. Black females are running everything. White men are not letting that happen in their society. Even the so-called fringe groups are run and funded by white men. All right. Black Lives Matter is funded by George Soros, who gave his money to 3 particular females who felt that it was their duty to queer the Afro community. In other words, these females are against the hetero Afro male. I want y'all to think about that for a minute. So I can see the privilege for them, but the privilege for us as Afro men that want to have families, it's lost on me. I can't see it. But a lot of these dudes that said they were ex-police and sheriffs and stuff like this, these dudes that follow Candace Owens because they're black dudes that follow a female. So you know better than the thugs that you run around talking about. And this is why I don't talk about the thugs. Because the thugs just do what they do. They are a product of their environment. They created their environment, and they won't stop until the females stop choosing them as mates. Period. If they weren't so popular amongst the female, if the punani was not that easy to get for them amongst the females, if the females actually liked, talked about, gave honor to, if the females actually gave honor to men that worked, that tried to build something, there would be more men in the communities building families. You would not have the statistic that 70% of females are single moms, black females. You would not have the statistic that 59% of black females have multiple children from multiple babies' daddies. And then more frightening than that, you would not have the statistic that 61% of the men with multiple children from multiple babies' mothers are dudes that just got out of prison and or jail. They say jail, but we know we're talking about the prison system and jail. This is what you don't know. This is what no one wants to tell you. But then you get a bunch of black people that see people like Sotomayor make a lot of money because Caucasians like his content. A lot of people like his content because he talks about how bad things are, and he correctly calls out the fault the black female correctly. He's never posted a lie because, well, you can see the video. They're angry at him for showing the video. All right. So I really see no problem with that. The problem I see is when these clowns get up and they say, there is black privilege. And I'm thinking, where? Everything that the Afro man is doing has been funded by a Caucasian man. And then, like what happened with Byron Allen and the Comcast thing, when an Afro man get up there too much and start doing his own thing, the white corporations come along using misuse and antiquated law and are able to win in court cases. And what they're winning is their ability to shut down viewership and shut down the commercials he get. That's that glass ceiling. Hell, that's a brick wall. All right, it's a brick wall for an Afro man because they don't let you see the top. At least with a Caucasian woman that has a husband that's at the top, she can see what the top looked like. But we move up and run into that big brick wall. Just because some men own some corporations don't mean that they're not under the thumb eventually of a Caucasian man. Everybody always point to, look at all them basketball players making millions. But they're not even in control of their own image. They get to do what their contract says they can do. They're not free. They are only as free as the contract that they signed. That's not privilege. The people that have the privilege are the people who got them to sign the contract and give up some of their freedom. Anytime you have to sign a contract for anything, then you do not have privilege. A contract is a binding document binding you to another person. When you sign a contract, your privilege is gone. When I signed my military contract, my privilege of wearing an afro was gone. All right? But then again, I have the privilege to wear an afro. If I was to work, some people might not hire me in high visibility jobs because I decide to wear an afro. As you know, an afro is a threat to some people. An afro means you're proud of your blackness. Oh, they can't have that. An afro concerns some people. An afro is a problem for some people. Because you can't have that. They fear brothers that embrace their ethnicity. An afro says that you are somewhat aware that you're more than just a color. You're not just a black person. The biggest fear that they have. Why is that a fear? Because if they figure you realize you're not a black person, then you'll start questioning, then who are you? The fact that we have to ask who we are past being black states in and of itself that no, we have no semblance of privilege at all. Like I pointed out before, most white people will tell you, oh, I'm German, I'm Irish, this, that, and the other. Because they understand that the word white for them is just a general identity for them. They understand this, that the word white is a general identity for them. they're white. That's a general identity. And when they tell you that, then if you get into a conversation, they'll tell you which is that we don't understand, that we don't even have the privilege of understanding who our forefathers were. So is there privilege? No, that's just a myth. And the reason why they got a lot of these jokers up here talking about black privilege is, again, these are Republican talking points. Now, I put up a lot of stuff that people say that I know are Republicans. The thing I like the best is that lady on OAN. And the reason why I like her the best is, and it's a particular segment, I just don't like her the best, but there's a segment that she has, in which the segment is called, and some of you have seen it, and every time she does it, I put it up because I think it's hilarious, and I like the way she goes, no, all right? And the segment is what the mainstream media won't tell you, right? And so this black privilege, right? This is what these clowns running around that are melanated won't tell you. And they won't tell you because they simply don't know. And they don't know because they don't do their research or choose to forget the research to toe a party line. I want y'all to understand that. They're trying to toe a party line. They're agreeing to be a part of a political party. And so they're saying to themselves, I belong to this new political party. I don't belong to myself. I don't speak for the benefit of justice. Because when you choose to be a part of a party, your party, you go as the party goes. Like I said, Dick Cheney, when his daughter wanted to dabble with the LG rainbow stealing crew, all right, he came out and said he was in support of that lifestyle. But you said, but wait, the Republican platform. A lot of people said, but wait, the Republican platform. I told you, some of the times the differences between people that vote Republican versus the people that vote Democrat is the people that vote Republican hold their people accountable to their platform. The Democrats don't have no real platform. The Democrats don't really care. The Democrats be like, we Democrats, we do whatever the F we want to do to whomever we want to do it to. That's the Democratic platform, y'all. All right, I might, who do we got? We got Texas Marine. Go ahead, bro. What did you need to add to this? Hey, Texas Marine, you on? All right, he looked like he ready to say something, but he ain't.
Lou.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, man. I was catching this smoke you getting.
Uh-huh.
What I find is a lot of people don't understand the difference between conservatives and Republicans.
Exactly.
And the Republican is like the fraternal order for the Republicans is like a youth.
Right.
And conservatives that fall prey to the union pay their dues to the union, pay their union dues to stay affiliated.
Right.
Where conservative is a set of values.
Right. Exactly.
And like I say, family values, conservative values. years to take concept that to be a conservative, to be a true man with family values, to lead or say rule your family by a set of values that you hold true to yourself.
Right, right.
To where you dictate your family's future and you as a man lead that family, whatever means you have, to where you want to get to.
Right.
Or like they say, you go back to the 50s and 60s, we'll say even when slavery ended, even during slavery, a so-called black man wanted his seed to live better than he did.
Exactly.
And that's what we lost our way. And now, I'll say more liberal as Democrats is living my best life.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Living their best life.
That's where it gets lost in the sauce, so to speak. Everybody's not understanding. You know, they want to wash over. They want to say every black man by their path except Joe Biden.
Right.
You know, his police officer's Bill of Rights. I'm against segregation. I'm against busing. And
right.
The crime bill. They want to forget all that.
Right.
And that's what the problem is.
Well, they want to forget. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I said they want to forget because they want to vote for the dude because they hate another dude. But they want to hate another dude for not doing to them what somebody else did to them. They took what somebody else did to them and they want to put that on somebody else. The reason why the Afro community, no, the black community is going to be punished for that, because that goes under bearing false witness against your neighbor.
Yep.
So, but go on.
Hey, I'm saying because since I'll say 65, since that act was signed, for over 40 years, well, for 60 years, almost 60 years now, they've had us trained to bow down and kiss the ring, to use a Game of Thrones thing. We've been kissing the ring and just bowing down and letting them rule and not doing anything for the serfs that we became.
Right.
Now, they're starting to have a Marie Antoinette going on to where there's a revolt going on, and we're not kissing the ring no more.
But if you look at...
But our so-called spouses are still kissing the ring and wants to kiss it along with them.
Right. I'm going to say this. Even when you look at the revolt, everybody's talking about black privilege because of the revolts, right? But when you look at the revolts and you really examine them carefully, you will find that it's been organized and paid for by the money of Bill Gates and George Soros. And it's a bunch of Caucasian people taking over Seattle. As a matter of fact, you'd be hard-pressed to find an Afro brother in that group. You'll probably find some females in there, but a straight Afro brother you're not going to find in that group that's taking over Seattle.
I was talking about Minneapolis. They had and the mayor came out to a protest or demonstration, but some of the black folks and some of the white folks that were having it ran Black Lives Matter and the mayor out of there.
Oh yeah. I think everybody is what. I think everybody. Finally, the Afro people are going to start waking up to who Black Lives Matter is.
Yeah.
If you are an Afro male that want to raise a family, Black Lives Matter want to get rid of you. Period.
I was listening to a stream on for Man of Tomorrow. And a guy he his and one other YouTuber sat there and came out and said if you go to Black Lives Matter website, they don't mention hetero black males and what they are about. So I went there and checked it out, and it's listed in there. Everybody, even undocumented but nothing about hetero males.
Hold on.
They sell a coffee mug for $20.
Hold on, wait. This is where you're wrong. This is where you're wrong. And y'all gotta watch this and pay attention to the English. They do mention Afro males.
Where? But I just read it 30 minutes ago.
Okay. I'm gonna point it out. They do mention heteroaxual males, and I'm gonna tell you how they mention them. Did you read down in the third paragraph when they said they are against the patriarchy?
Okay.
So that's the Afro males. They specifically mentioned that they are against us.
I'm referring to what they say support.
They don't mention supporting us because they don't support us. And if you read 2 paragraphs down, they say that we are against the patriarchy. Period. In any form. So that means the hetero Afro male, they consider us an enemy. So I told you they mentioned us. It just wasn't in a good way.
Okay, you got me on that.
But yeah, I knew you meant support. But yeah, some of the times we need to read all of what they say to find out what it is. Hold on. So go ahead. What else were you saying?
I had a conversation with someone asked me if I was married. I said I was at one point. They said, well, did y'all go to church together? I said, well, no, we didn't spend much time together. Then she goes, well, if you went to church and been a man of God, you would know to listen to your wife and y'all still be together.
Right.
I said, wait a minute. I said, so you telling me I should have followed her lead? She said, yeah. I said, well, where did the Most High sit there and say a man follows the woman?
In the man, as a man of God. If you're a man of God, yeah. That's a good question.
I said, where did I say? Because I will just say in the book of Genesis where it said, where he told her, your desire be to your husband and he rule over you. I said, how does that mean you listen to her? I said, when he did listen to her, they got kicked out the garden.
Yep.
And she looked at me. I said, break out your King James and show me in the Old Testament where the Most High can say, because the Most High didn't talk in the New Testament. I said, where in the Old Testament did the Most High tell me to listen to her?
Hold on, wait a minute. And all the people in the New Testament, it is a shame for the woman to speak in the presence of the man. The woman should not rule over the man. The head of woman is the man. That's in the New Testament.
They like to twist the New Testament up.
Hold it, but that is not. It says the head of woman is man. The head of man is Christ. The head of Christ is God. It gave them their chain of command right there.
And even with Jesus, even he didn't do that.
Exactly. In their own book, in their own corrupted book.
Because the Romans wasn't about that. Even the Romans wasn't about that life.
Exactly. Hold on for a second. All right, so basically, this is what's going on. All right, that everybody uses us. All right, then they go and twist the evidence to support their corrupted view of how they want to control us. That's basically it. One moment. All right, I'm back. So, I'm trying to look at who said what. So basically, there we go. Silence that. All right, so let's see who's saying what. Red and Brew is Red and Brew and Privilege Stevenson. Oh yeah. Somebody, okay. $3 Assassin. They look at all the money that LeBron James was making. But according to his contract, when everybody was making jokes about Steph Curry's white shoes and called them nurses' shoes, LeBron James couldn't even comment. Right. And LeBron James couldn't make fun of him because that's what his contract said. Hey, what's up, young boy 24?
They tried to get Steph, LeBron, and one of them got to say something. They were like, they just kind of like no comment, shrugged off with the next question.
All right, Simplify USMC vet. I can understand why Steph Curry didn't say anything because of what his shoes went through.
They all got these $80 to $100 million lifetime contracts, and there's certain things you can't anything to. Like I said, when we joined the military, we lost our hair, our right to speak in the first person at one point, and wearing civilian clothes was a privilege. Mm-hmm. Because for 4 years, how long you stay in, you are government property. I got in trouble for shaving my head with a razor.
Oh yeah. That's a thing, y'all. If you shave your head with a razor, you get in trouble. All right. But we signed a contract. Now, in signing that contract, I finally live as a free man. But I still don't have privilege. See, there are some things that there's a difference between rights and privilege. All right. There's a difference between rights and privilege. When you have privilege, you are exercising the ability to take away others' rights. Hey, turn your phone down on the video. Texas Marine, turn the video. If you're watching me, also mute the volume. because there's feedback. All right. So that's the difference. There is rights. There are rights. And then there is privilege. The difference between rights and privilege is that rights is something that you have that the society in which you live agree is just for you to have. Privilege is somebody's ability to take those rights away from you. Like the police, they have privilege. All right? Like Caucasians have privilege. Think about this. In 400 plus years, the Afro male has been in slavery, all right, along with the females. All right, but remember, the original slave toll, 2/3 of the slaves were males, right? And then they worked to make sure that they could harness our seeds. They wrote documents, they put it in books. A brother was reading a book and he was showing me on Facebook. He said, man, did you see this? I said, oh, that's the Willie Lynch letter. That's the same thing was in a Willie Lynch letter, that you get rid of the male. You take the strong male from the community and you can do whatever you want with the females. All right, but Willie Lynch was a genius in that he said, we'll get the black woman to do our work for us. If we give her power, she will trample all over the strength. She will trample all over that which would give her like businesses and an easier life. And she will bow down to the supremacy, destroying her family utterly. They knew this. They said in the letter that she will make her females male and emasculate their men until they become females as sons. She will grow up her children in that manner. The sons won't know any better because he won't see a male around. And this is the premise. And at first, when during slavery, they forcibly did it by selling the men to other places. But then we got strong. We got real strong after the Civil War as a family, where 80% of the children grew up in two-parent households, where even through sharecropping, Jim Crow, and all the wickedness that you brought before the Afro man, we still persevered. All right? Not only did we persevere, but then we start having a renaissance, the Harlem Renaissance. We start having a bunch of Greenwich villages. We started, the Black Wall Street wasn't just Greenwich Village. That was the one that was firebombed from the air by the state government and police to send a message to the...
Hey, Bobby, I'm going to go back to work.
Okay, yeah.
Back to work.
All right, later, Texas Marine.
All right.
All right, so y'all, the phone line is open. The messenger line is open. So let me know, okay? And so then you have this. All right? And then you had the women's movement, right? Funded to also tear apart the Afro family. Only they added the elimination of the child through abortion, which is murder by definition. All right. Then they convinced us to parse what murder was. They redefined what murder was only in that situation, and only specifically. Watch this, y'all. And this is how you know it's still murder. But you can understand this is still privilege. What is murder is when an Afro man goes and takes the life of a female but she was pregnant, and taking her life causes the life of the child she had in her belly to be taken. All right. What does he go to jail for? It's for manslaughter is 2 counts. One for the mother, one for the child. If it's murder, it's 2 counts. In every single situation where that happens, whether it's a drunk driver that hit a car and took the life of a pregnant woman and the baby that was in her womb, that is 2 counts of murder. The rights of that family is to seek justice from that man. The rights of that husband is to seek justice from that man. This is privilege. When the woman goes and has an abortion, when a woman goes and has an abortion, she tramples over the rights of the man who wanted his seed to come to fruition so that he could leave a legacy, raise that child. But wait a minute. So abortion is murder, right? Because you just sent a man to jail for twice the time because he killed a baby that was by accident or on purpose. He killed a baby that was in the womb of a woman, right? Wrong, because women have the privilege to determine life and death. They have the privilege to murder. Exactly. Only, yes, exactly like Ray Caruth. All right. That's what privilege is. Privilege is when the state gives a group of people, and in this case is women, the permission to do what is against the law for all other people to do. So when these women run around and say that, black people have privilege, men have privilege, that's a damn lie. The only people that have privilege in the United States are women. And the ones that's been using the privilege to a just alarming degree, of destruction of the Afro family is the BAW in our community. Period. That's the difference between rights and privilege. When females do certain things, men don't have the right to seek justice. Women take the child, can't support them, and because they have privilege, they use the family court system to take money out of the man's pocket. Ooh, this is how deep that privilege is. Then the family court system and the women work together to make sure that nobody ever knows that the man is being responsible for the child, so that the woman can then lie and say men don't take care of their kids. When the whole time the men takes care of the children, but they designed it so that he doesn't get credit for it. All right, you would figure, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Because they want to separate the child from the knowledge of the father in a positive way. That's privilege for the female. They gave the female privilege so that she could F up the community, so that she could keep the community weak, so that she could keep the children weak. Physically strong, mentally weak. Willie Lynch letter. All right. This is the difference between privilege and rights. When you have the ability, to trample over somebody's rights that you have privilege. All right, let me take this time out real quick to remind you that my PayPal me and my Cash App links is in the description box, because we're going to come up to my solution for this in a minute. And for what I do in communities around the world, is going to be part of the solution. So if you want to help me out, my Cash App and my PayPal me is in the description box. My email address is also in the description box. My Facebook is KI space Jameson. All right, so you can hit me on that. All right, so what is our solution? The first thing we have to do, brothers, is we need to leave the privileged alone. We need to leave these females alone. Don't forget the thumbs up. All right, for those of you who haven't. All right, we need to leave the females alone. The females that want to operate in privilege, instead of both of us having the rights to do well by our children, we need to leave them alone. If they do not want to conform to, if they do not want to conform, understand this, if they do not want to conform to our liking, we need to leave them alone. I hear a lot of female complain about how they're wearing the pants. All right, my question then, why did you choose a dude that was weak? All right, we need to leave them alone. So in leaving them alone, we need to do like the conquistadors did, the travelers did. We need to travel to other places. Oh, I was going to come up here. Thanks. All right. But instead of, all right, one moment. We need to travel to other places, right? But instead of just going there to get some, I'm saying go there to get some. I'm not saying, hold on. Let me make this brutally clear. Go there to find you somebody, right? But when we go there, we need to be about more than just finding somebody. We need to start building a bridge in these cultures. If we can't build with the BAW here, we need to start building with women in other places. All right. It's getting to the point where a strong heterosexual male is not welcome in this country at all. All right. By the state or the women. Understand this. We're not welcome in this country by the state nor the women. All right. So what do? We get them passport, we get them visas. Brothers, we need to start reporting, doing recon, saying what is the best place for us. All right. And then when we go there, I'm serious, we need to be doers there. The same doers that we would be here. Now, keep this in mind. We got a lot of thirsty simps that go there just to show out and post stuff on Facebook. We need to not be them. Lord, if we can, let's not be them. All right? We need to not be them. However, we ain't going over there as celibate monks either. We need to not be celibate monks. The Most High said we are supposed to produce children. We are supposed to bear fruit. We are supposed to be fruitful and what? Multiply. This is the command he has given to us. Be fruitful and multiply. Be fruitful and multiply. His commandments to us. All right? Let's not get it twisted. We're supposed to be multiplying. And as we attempt to multiply, the BAW is dividing us and then subtracting us. All right? She's dividing us by turning the simps in on the strong men, which that's a losing battle for the simps. Because now we are starting to recognize that we have a lot of options. And we're going to start exercising those options. These females can't stop that. You can't stop somebody that you're not with. And that's why they can't stop it. I had a woman question me before, why are you men going after them white women? And I told her, you ain't with us. How are you complaining when you are not with us? When black females first saw Mimi, the woman I was dating in Brazil, they was fired up. They was mad. They were angry. The same women that said I was not thug enough was mad that a woman not say overseas, in another country, wanted me. All you good men try to always go for the white women. No, we going for the people who love us, right? We're just starting to figure out that the people that show us the love is in another country. That's the first solution. The second solution is to fight back. We fight back by not allowing anybody to hijack our narrative anymore. When people start to hijack our narrative, we start calling them out, cussing them out, and busting them out. Period. If you are not a part of our community, you cannot speak to our issues. Period. If you're the most educated black woman that's working for a Caucasian man who gave you the education at the expense of the Afro man, then that's who you belong to. Him and his system. You can't speak for us. Don't be on TV, radio, or anything else trying to speak for the community because you're not a part of the community. There is no community whereby somebody eliminates the male from the community. Then that's not a community. That's a group of women and children. That's not a community. Anytime you eliminate intact families, that's not a community. So we need to tell them off, bust them off, and tell them they could go take a flying leap somewhere. Period. All right? Because they are not part of, anytime women want to subvert the leadership of men, then the men that want to remain men don't have to do anything for them. We don't have to support them financially. No, don't ask me to support your movements. No, F you. Period. That's a sucker move they use. They use them crocodile tears. Oh, we've been treated so bad and we're not getting this, that, the other. If you really look, if you look at the family courts, brothers need to wake up. The BAW is getting everything while we get nothing and still marching to get what little bit of crumbs we have left. This is why you have a lot of these rich black women and rich women, period, keep going back to court. Remember Pilar Sanders? And remember what Deion Sanders did. Pilar Sanders, for those, let me refresh your memory. Pilar Sanders, and I have her up, I have a video on the situation. But what she did was they went to court. All right. Now, Deion was smart about his money. Deion Sanders, he was smart about his money. So they went to court. End of divorce. Deion gave her the money. He got joint support because he wasn't giving up his sons like that. He ended up with full support so that she could go live her best life. While living her best life in Dallas, Texas, she spent up all that money probably on thugs and stuff like that, getting that thug love. Because even a football player at the pinnacle of his being, when he retired, was not, because she was starving for that attention, right? The attention that gets her to D. So what she did was she used up all her money. After she used up all the money, got all these exorbitant bills, has all the children now. Okay? Let's look in New Orleans, Louisiana. All right? The No Limit Soldier. That's what I told you. His wife. Remember, I put up what was going on from his daughter, straight out of his daughter's mouth. Dang, now I forget his name. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Rap mogul for Louisiana. The No Limit Soldier, right? His wife had a house, car, everything. Was running dudes all in and up her Gunani. All right, she was getting done in front of the children. Stuff got so bad that the children would run away from her house to his house. Dang, what's his name? Somebody help me real quick. Master P, thank you. Hey, what's up, Gangland? What's up, Anthony Jackson? Hey, what's up, Christopher Lang? Hey, what's up, Carlos? Yeah, that's it, Master P. No Limit Soldier. That's what I told you. Right? Now, what happened was his wife kept going to court asking for more money and more money. She had everything. She had the children. She wanted more child support. This dude had to go fight for his children. The courts kept giving the children to the mom that didn't really want them, but wanted the children because she wanted the money. In many of these cases, the dude will say, I'll give you the money still. I'm just going to raise my sons. And then the daughter came out on video. Y'all know I still have the video. And told it. Told the whole thing. The daughter came out on video and told it. All right? But listen to everybody else tell it. Black people have privilege. No, black people don't have privilege. Black women have privilege, which is the privilege to use against the Afro man any means to keep him at the bottom. Oh yeah, that's basically what's been happening. When you look at the family court system, when you look at any court system, when you look at the deaths, when an Afro man dies, the black woman then equates herself with the suffering of Afro men, even though the Afro man disproportionately suffers at the hands of the police when it comes to comparing him to the black woman. But as you know, they're all up in our groups. They're up in everything because they don't want us to have anything. And the main thing they don't want us to have is peace. This is why they're so argumentative. They want us to die early. They're argumentative. All right. They're bombastic. Any negative term for relationship to one another that they are. They are hostile. combative, period. So when we lead them, they have a problem with it. Let them have the problem. Because that's the solution. That's one solution. That collectively, all the men with means, just leave them alone. The other solution is we don't tolerate anything from them. I keep telling you, brothers, you got a lot of brothers putting out good content. You got brother Yediah on Facebook putting out some good stuff. I was talking about our leanings as Afro people long before Candace Owens was talking about it. I was talking about the history of the Republican Party long before the Candace Owens. I was talking about the history of the Democratic Party long before Candace Owens. Candace Owens don't know crap. Remember, she's Brazilian, married to a Caucasian dude. She knows nothing about our culture except what they tell her. All right? And I give her credit for memorization of the talking points, but she don't know anything. She's their puppet. Period. That's what she is. She is their puppet. You had a lot of dudes putting out stuff on Facebook. A lot of good content on Facebook. A lot of good content on Facebook. All right. I'm trying to find the name of this dude, Yediah, Y-A-D-A-Y, no. It's Y-A-D-A-Y-A-H-U. Yediah Ben Israel. He got Ray Caruth's number on this dude going hard to pay. He got Ray Caruth's number on his jersey. Or he got Ray Caruth's jersey as his picture. All right. When you look at him, right? He putting out good questions, good content. You have a lot of brothers that have been speaking to brothers. All right. So let me say this. The brothers that's speaking to brothers are the only brothers that we should be listening to. Period. The brothers that's speaking to brothers are the only ones we should be listening to. Period. All right, we should not be listening to female when it comes to our issues. All right, now news, that's different. Like news, anything like that. But when we're talking about people that's giving commentary, all right, we should not allow them to give commentary about our issues. If you see a female doctor up there, she better be talking about some medical crap. Because what she thinks about what Afro men should do, she could put out information, but we don't follow what she think we should do. All right, we should be tired of the black woman that always want to tell a man how to be a man. No, F you. When you learn how to be a woman, then you come talk to us. And we will instruct you as to what kind of man we're going to be for you when you learn how to be a woman. That's the only thing they need to hear. All right? They can't teach our children or anything. At every opportunity we get, we need to teach our children, teach and train our children. All right. This is something we need to understand. These are other solutions. Things will never improve for the Afro man in America until we first shut down the traitors that are in our midst. And we're not talking about traitors to something wicked. We're talking about the traitors to our justice. We have no justice because we have so many traitors that cape for the very system that's destroying us, that it's hard for us to get justice. Period. It's hard for us to have justice when we got so many traitors that forget the injustices of the people that have been harming us. Like the dude, the retired police dude, or the used to be police officer, talking about if you have a problem with Candace Owens, you have a problem with me. Then I have a problem with him and Candace Owens. Here's my problem. Every time the police unjustly takes the life of an Afro man, and we're not talking about the shooting that happened where the dude was drunk, ran away, took the taser, beat the cop up and stuff like that. I'm saying that what happened to the TJ Hooker police that used to just run after people and get called for backup? No. Okay, we're still not talking about that, because that escalated and that brother kind of caused that demise by handling things the way that he did, especially being hopped up on drugs and drunk. All right. And what people that get angry don't understand is, what if this dude would have got back in his car, had that police not come over there? This dude would have got back in his car, then ran into a family of 5 black children and killed them because he shouldn't have been driving. See, people don't think about that. All right. But all the rest of them, oh, hell no, I'm not going to let you forget that. Right? I'm not going to pretend it didn't happen either. Period. See, that's our problem. We want to take Republican, these dudes that call themselves, I'm conservative now. No, you're a Republican. They take their talking points of the brothers. You're not a black conservative. I'm a black nothing. But I am an Afro person who is conservative. The reason why I claim I'm an Afro person, because I care about us. And I'm going to call out the clowns that won us. The same way I'm going to call them clowns history that brought up the murder and genocide of our community by way of abortion and all of their other programs that they came up with. See, that's the difference between me and those clowns. Right? This dude, he's like, oh, Candace Owens was right. She went and did research because that's what her husband told her to do. Oh, let's not get it twisted. Her husband told her, you go research, and this is why they chose her. This is why he's married to her. This is why he's doing his pound chicken wow wow to her. All right? They use her to get their message across to us, because we would straight out call that crap out if her husband was to say what he really wanted to say. Oh, he would get it with the left and right barrel. All right, I want you to understand. So that's why she's in the mix like that. because she's speaking on behalf of her husband, because her husband in his beliefs can't speak for himself. Oh, not without retribution. Oh, it would be on like a pot of neck bones. All right, so let's not get it twisted. That's why she speaks like that. But did you know that in all these cases, no one ever does research on the police? If we're conservatives, that's what we need to do. When somebody want to research the victim, we like, no, we're going to research the police. Let's take a closer look at this officer that murdered this man. We always look at all other murderers. Somebody go in and shoot up a restaurant. All right, we got him. All right, who was he? What did we know? When did we know it? But all that mess go away when it's a police officer. The organization built on catching slaves. Y'all figure that out. All right. Y'all, we got to stop allowing ourselves to be patsies to people. We got to stop allowing our message be taken over by people that don't give a damn about us. That includes the black women, all these Caucasians talking about Occupy Seattle now. No, question anybody that says we feel what you feel. No, you don't. All right. I'm going to tell you who else has been the most privileged. The illegal aliens in the United States got more privilege than the legal Hispanic people that come here. The reason why you don't hear such an outcry with the legal Hispanic is because at least the illegal aliens will share with them and bring their money to their businesses. All right. But if you look at that, everybody wants to roll over and give them money, give them benefits. That's called privilege. It's something they're not supposed to have, that everybody else that says we got privilege takes from us and give to them. While still turning around telling the Afro man, who statistically is a great father to his children, provides for his children, and mainly works. All right, even though it is real high, the unemployment rate, when it is in a normal situation, even though it's always been high, the vast majority of Afro men worked. Right, roughly 15%. At its highest rate, maybe 20, did not work. The problem with these children that were being created is that the black women were still choosing the dudes that refused to work over the guys that was working. And in many cases, the black women, while married to the guy that was working or in a relationship with the guy that was working, was committing adultery against that dude with a guy that wasn't working. See, it all goes back to the community is dead because the BAW killed it. And when they're dead inside, there is no hope for what's left. Hold it. Hold on, I missed that one. Miss Own. Hold on. Somebody had something good to say. Let me see if I can get it back. Yeah. Yeah. David Bowman, Rashawn Brooks caused his own demise from running from the police and fighting them. Yeah, he took one of them. He took the taser. All right, he took the tasers. What's up, Sean Williams? Hey, what's up, Ganglier? Cat 6 Cable Guy. All right, yeah. So that's basically it, right? That's basically it. That that in this society, right? These women actually chose these guys. They actively chose them. Hey, what's up, Variants? All right, they actively chose those guys. Um, and $3 Assassin, they subvert everything from movies to politics. Yeah, there it is. David Bowman, white male and female privilege. That's what exists in the United States. All right. So we can't fix anything until we stop being a part of it. People say, why don't you accept just so I'm starting to do the film people, take pictures of people, do the photography. But I tell people you can donate to me. Most won't. All right, no female in that so female asks, oh, how much is it? I said nothing. I'll take a donation. If you donate, if you want my link, you could donate to what I do. All right. I haven't heard from them yet, but I doubt that I will. Because it is what it is. They do not support what Afro men do for ourselves or the community. Even though most of the stuff that I've done in the community helped out Black women and their children. What's up, Quantum Sonic? Hey, Sean. All right. So this Quanta Vibe Sonic, right? So this is basically it. So I'm gonna keep on and understand this, brothers. And this is why I say, yeah, let's leave. But when we leave, let's help do something to lift up our profile. Because only we can do something about us. Right? The females ain't going to work for us. They're not going to do anything for us. They're only concerned for themselves, and that's it. All right, so this is our outlet. All right, this is our way out. Our way out is to start taking things in our own hand and eliminating people that weren't helping us anyway, that was causing more harm than good. Again, let me mention, don't forget the thumbs up for those you new that came into here. Don't forget the thumbs up. Also, don't forget my donation links are in the description box. Don't forget to like. Oh, that's a thumbs up. And don't forget to share. All right. But here's the thing, brothers. This is how we need to do. I'm going to visit with, oh, my brother Dwight. He's coming in. Brother Dwight, I'm going to pick him up at the airport. So I'm here waiting on him. So Brother Dwight's coming in from the airport. Huh? And I'm gonna visit another brother in Houston, in H-Town, this weekend. Man, if the white can go, man, that'd be fire. But anyway, so that's what's up, y'all. All right. We need to start connecting with each other. A part of this pandemic was to keep us separated. But what I'm glad of is that a lot of brother is like F you to their pandemic. We'll be in charge of our own lives. We'll take our own risk, right? But while they separate, let's not. All right? Period. Let's not. So this is how we solve this issue. All right? Straight up. This is how we solve this issue. We don't have to settle for this crap no more. Period. It just is what it is. Period. All right. So with that said, y'all, I'm going to grab me something to eat. I'm going to try to drink a lot of water. I'm out. Peace, love, and soul. Y'all take care of yourselves. All right. Don't forget, all my stuff is in the description box for people that want to help out. If you just want to contact me, in the description box. All right. And peace. I'll holler at y'all later. I'm out. Really? It won't let me be out, y'all.